Hello, my name is Alex McCaddy. This is my computer graphics final project. I have created a sort of robotic arm, so to speak, that uses reverse kinematics to attempt to grab at an object. This object is this little greenish square that follows the mouse, and the robotic arm is this black thing, which seems to just reach for the object, but when you see it, it can reach, and it's made out of segments. Reverse kinematics is a process that is useful in real-life robotics for arms and such, to figure out how to reach to a certain point by adjusting the angle between a bunch of segments that can't change their size or anything. And so, yeah, you can see it can go around and find the object wherever and reach at it if it's out of range. As you can see, my art skills aren't great, and this uses a bunch of textures that were already supplied for other projects in the class. But I was mainly interested in the physics, math, programming side of things, which we can now take a closer look at. One of the tough things that I had in this project was, if we take a look at the segment class, which apparently is already open in another tab, in another window, so I'll just open it in read-only mode. Down here in the follow, each segment follows the segment in front of it in order to reach the object that they're trying to attach to. And I was having issues with the angles not working correctly when they went past 180 degrees. They would only work correctly when they were angled upwards and not downwards, and it was causing the arm to break into multiple, the segments to not stick together and to go off and be weird when I was trying to move them around. I followed a tutorial for some of this, but it didn't end up being fully applicable, and I had to fix this on my own. I eventually just sort of figured out that to manually cause the angle to be negative, because the problem was that this oriented angle was not giving negative angles. It was only giving positive angles, and so it wasn't working when I was below the arm. So the general idea is there's a bunch of segments, and they each segment has the angle that it has its start point and an angle and a length and an end point. And it's able to calculate the end point based on the start point and the length, and then it recalculates its angle and moves its start point based on the change in position of the start point of the angle of the segment in front of it. And then the last segment in the one that starts the process at the end changes its angle and its start point and end point in accordance to where the object is. And then at the end of the process, the whole thing is moved down to the position where it's locked to at the bottom. So that was the overall process of how it was done. For a while I was having trouble with it, as I was saying, kind of falling apart because of the issue with the angles, but that I fixed by manually increasing the range of the angles and making them able to be negative. So yeah, I think this is an interesting application of like a programming sort of algorithm technique for something that's applicable to real-life robotics situations, and this provides a pretty good example of the general way that it works. Although in real life, the robotic arm would not be black, it would have proper texturing.